for a long time, we have looked at downtown Jacksonville and have felt that we have all of the potential, and now we have the momentum, we have the key stakeholders in place, and we actually have things being done that will conform or transform Jacksonville into an urban and walkable and vibrant downtown. Right, Steve, when you were here for the Super Bowl so many years ago, it was not a vibrant and urban and walkable downtown.
No.
Right. And we've taken steps so far. And, JWB is one of the major developers that are downtown and making some acquisitions and doing these things. But there's a lot more than just us. Things are really happening. But we did all this before we knew that the Emeral Trail was going in. What we're looking at right here, just like Steve was talking about in Greenville, and just like he was talking about in the Underline in Miami there, the Emeral Trail is this walkable urban trail system that is going to be that connective tissue through downtown Jacksonville and the surrounding neighborhoods. What you're looking at here is the master plan of the Emeral Trail, and this will be built over the next 10 years. And the actual construction starts this year. By the end of this year, we're going to start on the first leg of the Emeral Trail. And so, again, going back to JWB's investment and why we always have been big advocates of downtown is because JWB owns rental properties just like all of our clients in the surrounding neighborhoods around downtown. When there's a thriving downtown, all boats rise with the tide, and everyone should experience benefits by being property holders and rental property holders. But the news on the Emeral Trail is just really, really exciting. As I mentioned, it's already funded for the first phase. They're raising money for the second phase, and it'll be built out by the end of 2029. For about 10 years, this has been an idea in Jacksonville. People have known about it, but we could not get all the key stakeholders in place to get the funding, to get the approval. I mean, this is a public-private partnership done through Groundwork Jacks, which is a nonprofit here, and the city is allowing Groundwork Jacks to be able to make this happen on city land. So there's a whole lot that's come together, and we're just really excited. It's 30 miles of trails. It's going to connect 14 neighborhoods, 16 schools, 21 parks here in the downtown and surrounding areas here. And so, again, JWB been a big proponent of downtown. We started making acquisitions downtown even before we truly knew the impact. It wasn't the reason that we started to buy downtown. But now seeing all this momentum and seeing that much of this urban walkable trail will be right through the heart of downtown is an added bonus. And what this ultimately means is this is a catalyst, another what we believe to be a major catalyst for really overall rising property values, overall rising rents in downtown, overall increase in the number of residential people living downtown as we try to get to 10,000 units. So we really think this is a major thing, and not many people know about it. And so that's why I was really excited to talk about it, and also to hear from Steve, to see somebody who's been through this process come out on the other side and seen what kind of impact, it can have.
Look, I think I was reading up on it before we talked today. I think there's a couple of numbers that jumped out at me that are really impressive. Like, first of all, it's not just a corridor, right? It's not just taking from point A to point B. The Underline is really it's a corridor that's right in the middle of everything, and there's ways to expand off of that. But this is well beyond, a trail. It's a trail network. Now we're starting to talk about, a loop in Miami connecting the river to Ludlam Trail. But the project cost is another one. 31 million plus land acquisition. I don't know what that takes it to total, but for what you're getting out of this for that amount is not bad. I mean, the Underline, we were fortunate because there really wasn't any land acquisition cost, but the cost of improvements, and in part because of the number of intersections, big intersections being next to US 1, and also the activation downtown. It's a $120 million project for 10 miles. So I actually think, in my experience, sustainability wise, or looking ahead, how it really benefits a community, it's these networks and the potential not to bring it all on at once, right? You start with a segment, or there's, however it comes together, but having a plan for how all the pieces fit together long term, that's that's really the best situation, because it can be a corridor for, you know, the start, right? You have your first corridor, but you already know how it all connects. And then when you start talking about the public land ownership that you have down there, especially towards downtown, now instead of, you know, well, let's put this property out to an RFP and see what someone wants to do with it. No, now it becomes, you know, you start to plan, well, this could be, you know, an amphitheater. This could be some sort of, you know, mixed use project with a parking garage and a bike facility that people put their bikes in. And then that public land is working hand in hand with the future success of your trail. That's amazing.
Yeah, I got to think one of the reasons people are limited to do these trails in more established cities is because the way that they are already built out makes it very difficult to do this. Jacksonville, partly because we've never realized our full potential downtown, we really are a blank canvas,
right?
Right? I mean, it's an incredible opportunity that you just don't see in other cities, and that's why true. We can do it the right way, which is what we're doing.
Yep. And land valuations start to go up.